Awesome. Next up, we have Ankur from Prisma. Welcome.
Hey guys, I'm just gonna get right into it, I guess. All right, and here we go. Today I'm going to pitch on why Prisma is the future of the data layer. Hey guys, I'm Ankur Datta. I'm currently a developer advocate here at Prisma, and I'll get right to it. So what is Prisma? Prisma is your beloved ORM, and it is beyond an ORM. We'll get to the beyond part later on. Before that, we will ask ourselves, why did we build the ORM, right? Spoiler alert, it's all about developer experience. So to understand the motivation behind improving developer experience, we have to look at SQL and why SQL is the best. SQL is great, right? And we're going to, it's been an industry standard since the 70s. People love it. It's efficient. It's portable. It's great. And our friend, John Hackerman over here, is an advocate who only relies on SQL. And he's excellent at it. He's the 10x developer in his team. But there's a slight caveat. Amongst many other things in his toolkit, there's one catch. He has a buzz factor of 1. And Hackerman has left the chat. And with that, you get a wide array of issues, such as unreadable SQL queries, junior devs confused, senior devs confused, everything's chaotic, no one's sleeping at night, and it's just a mess. So that's the drawback of writing raw SQL. At times, it can be counterintuitive, and it works against developer productivity. And that's where Prisma came in. In 2021, Prisma became the complete ORM with 3 favorite toolings, such as Prisma Client, the Prisma Migrate, as well as the Prisma Studio. Prisma Client added type safety to your TypeScript code bases, and the Prisma Migrate helps you avoid data loss during if you ever ran migration scripts by yourself, which you know. And the Prisma Studio allows you to access and interact with your data. So what are the results? People love us. We've grown a lot, and on this red line, you can see that we've grown more. Our curve is steeper than TypeORM and SQLize. They're great tools too, but we're better. And we have become the de facto choice for next generation web tooling, and that of course includes RedwoodJS as well as WAF, Application, Keystone, as well as Sprints. And you can interact with several other databases such as Postgres, MySQL, as well as MongoDB, which is not even SQL. So is data access enough? Another spoiler. No, it's not. With things evolving rapidly, such as like cloud providers such as Cloudflare, Vercel, and Deno, they're launching edge functions, as well as like front-end tooling becoming a part of back-end tooling. Working with and deploying your application layer has become incredibly easy. However, your experience on working with data still remains to be a challenge. And that's when, ta-da, the beyond comes in. Prisma Data Platform. So what's the initiative? What was the inspiration behind the data platform, right? So Facebook and Twitter, behemoths such as this, they have Tau and Strato to ensure uniform data access and help their teams have like a strong confidence in their data infrastructure. However, startups or agencies, they cannot afford such tools, or to maintain or build such products to have a fine experience with their data. And that's where Prisma comes in. And we want to provide a seamless experience for companies of various shapes and sizes, and give them a seamless experience when working with data. And that's when our product comes in. And that's the first product is Accelerate, which provides you with robust connection pooling for where if you have like 10,000 serverless functions popped up suddenly, we can handle it, as well as by providing global caching. I have a live demo ready, which is our speed test. And so this speed test tests out two queries, one using the accelerate cache and one without the accelerate cache. And it executes a simple Prisma client query, which performs a count operation over 500,000 rows. And the API is hosted in a Vercel Edge function. So if I run the speed test, let's wait a bit. And by the way, like this is all it takes to add caching to your code base without setting up your infrastructure, of course. And you get a 28x speed up just like that. And you have reduced latency. And you can see that you are being able to execute 4,000 queries per minute versus like 141 queries per minute. And your latency just drops just like that. And going back to the slide, this accelerator is currently in preview, and we'd love it for you to try it out. And then we have Pulse, which is currently in early access, and it allows you to easily react to your database change events. So before, you'd have to rely on strategies such as polling or main tracking state across your application logic, which can get very hairy and messy. However, with Prisma Pulse, we rely on change data capture to just allowing your database to act as a source of truth to make your app real time, basically. So whether you are changing your adding a new field from your application code or just directly editing your database, Pulse will react to it, and you can just simply, through a simple query like this, you can just make your app real time. And these are the products that we currently have, and the data platform will ensure a seamless experience for developers to work with their data. And thank you for this opportunity to talk. With this, I'd like to conclude my presentation. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Those speed tests are pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is.
Awesome. Ellen, do you have a comment or a question?
Yeah, I always love the side-by-side speed demos. Those are cool. But question-wise, it sounded like you had a migration story you weren't telling us for the sake of brevity. Do you want to share it?
Yes. The migration story, like database migrations?
It sounded like you were leaving out a story that you were like, here was the thing that went wrong when I had to write a bunch of these queries.
Oh, I again missed it. But like when you're working with, in my personal career, like I wrote some there was an event where I dropped a database, a production database, like as an intern. So that was fun. That was refreshing. Like, that's how you grow up as a backend developer. And like, after that, you just know that it's a chaotic field to be in, and you love it. So
I feel like we've all been there. Very relatable.
Yeah. That's how you grow up, right?
Yeah. They say it's a rite of passage, right? And I've been chatting to a lot of people about accidentally deleting their production data. And one of the things that the story always begins with is I was SSH'd into the production database or something along those lines. And I recall Lee's slide where it was like, we started with SSH, and as we are progressing, that's no longer possible. How do I use Prisma Accelerate? What do I do? You just go to pris.ly/pdp. I'll drop the link in the chat. pris.ly/pdp, and it's public, so you just sign up and you just take a database connection string, you add it in, you get an API key, and we have a fantastic documentation that you can just get Accelerate up and running with. And it works seamlessly with RedwoodJS. What does PDP stand for?
Prisma Data Platform.
There we go. Perfect.
So, Prisma and Redwood go way back in history. Prisma, what's now Prisma, but Prisma 2 is what became Prisma, Alpha. We were working closely with the team as Peter was bootstrapping the RedwoodJS code. And for those that don't know, the Cambrian explosion that happened with front-end frameworks now having back-end data connected capabilities. Like, I really think the MVP of that story is Prisma. So you really can't understate how important Prisma has been to like the whole ecosystem. I love what you're doing. So we've had the challenge of your API. We want to co-locate that with the database. Like, that's the best possible performance situation. But now, as everything is being deployed globally, really like multi-region, those are challenges. So I just really think your caching solution is incredibly elegant, and I encourage people to try Accelerate.
Yeah, like
fantastic. That's it. That's all I got. Try Accelerate.
Thanks, David.
Anchor, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Love it. Thank you so much for participating in our partner pitch event.